My name is Marah Grant, and I am a Dr. Kharrazian reader. I started having my first symptoms of Hashimoto's in around 2001, and went to several different doctors and asked them to test my thyroid because I assumed I had some sort of thyroid problem. And my blood tests always came back normal. They were within range. So every doctor I went to told me I was fine and that there was nothing wrong with me. So after years of gaining weight and having headaches every day and just generally feeling really cruddy, I had been to another doctor who didn't really have anything helpful to tell me. And I went on Google and I Googled, why do I still have thyroid symptoms if my lab tests are normal? And that's the exact title of this book. So I bought it and I just gobbled it up. I read it cover to cover, and it was kind of creepy because it was like reading my own autobiography. It was like someone had been writing about me without ever meeting me. So I made notes in the book. If you see my book, there's all kinds of like little scratches in it where I was just like going through the lists of symptoms that Dr. Kharrazian had laid out, and I was just check. And it was exactly what I knew was wrong with me. So I followed the advice in the book and I went gluten-free. And after going gluten-free, I lost 50 pounds quickly and easily after years of not being able to lose any weight. My hair started to grow back a little bit, and I just felt so much better. But I still didn't have a doctor. So after going gluten-free, I felt a lot better, but I probably still didn't have blood tests that were in range, so I needed to find a doctor that would help me. So I went to a functional chiropractor, and I basically barged in his office and forced him to test me for Hashimoto's. And I got a diagnosis, and it was so great. I finally had hope. I had a title for what I'd been dealing with, and I didn't have to be doomed to a life of being fat and bald and cold and tired all the time. Once I got the blood work, I went and found a doctor who would prescribe thyroid medication for me. And then I started looking for sources and tools on Facebook. And that's where I found the Hashimoto's 411 group, which is based on Dr. Kharrazian's research and methods. And I just kind of had a sounding board for other people like me to talk to them about what I'd been through. And that's where I heard about AIP, which is something that Dr. Kharrazian talks about. But I'd already given up gluten, and I didn't really want to give up more foods other than that right away. So it took a little while. So I think I went gluten-free in 2012, and then I started AIP in March of 2015. And by September of 2015, my antibodies had dropped from close to 1,000 to 0. And I was in remission until probably around February of this year. And then this year I've had some personal stress. My mother is unwell, and we've been remodeling my house. So those two things combined have kind of caused a little stress on my adrenals that have caused my antibodies to go back up again. But fortunately, I have the tools that I need, thanks to Dr. Kharrazian's book, to get myself back into that place. So even now, slipping out of remission, I still feel like I'm in control, and I know what to do, and I have the tools that I need to take care of myself.